Are you fucking serious? A fucking Jekyll sniper? You fucking... Ah, that is just fucking amazing, isn't it? That's fucking great. Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hope you all had a wonderful weekend, a wonderful Halo weekend, and I hope you all have been blessed and highly favored. It's your host, the smoothest fingers in the gaming industry, your man Zai AZ, bringing you another gameplay commentary. Today we're talking about some Halo Infinite. It is about time. It has taken us so long to get to this point. We've been very patient with the developers, very patient with the process, and today we're going to be discussing our Halo Infinite patient impressions. Now, before we get into this, let me give you guys some context. I was very busy with Valorant VCT Champions. I was very heavily engaged in that. There was a lot of things that I had to discuss, a lot of things that I had to go over within Valorant, so a lot of my time was spent doing that this weekend. And then when you just watch video games all day, a lot of your motivation towards playing video games kind of goes out the window, so I haven't had as much time to complete this just yet. I also was under the impression that this game would be very short. This game is not as short as I thought, and some of my concerns about it being too short have now been erased. And I want to definitely come out and say that my concerns previously, and my video that I made previously saying that I was concerned about this campaign, is now out the window. Now, this isn't just a campaign video. This is also a multiplayer video, and we'll get into that later on in the video. However, I want to make this very clear that this game is really enjoyable, and I already just want to say off the rip, I recommend you picking this up. Definitely on Game Pass, but for sure picking this up. Regardless, whether you do Game Pass, whether you buy it outright, I feel like this game is really worth your money. I feel like you'll enjoy it, and I think you'll have fun with it. No matter what criticisms and what comments I have about the game, no matter if I say it's a good game, either way, you should definitely try it out for yourself. Some games, not so much, right? Some games you just don't need to try out to see that it's bad. Battlefield 2042, you know, I don't really have to play that game to know that it's not going to be good, but this game is a lot of fun, and the campaign is well worth the money, and I definitely wanted to get that out the way, especially with the video that I made about a week ago talking about the campaign. So with that out the way, and with my concerns and criticisms out of the way, I just wanted to go ahead and give you guys my breakdown and my impressions without doing too much of a review style video, because obviously this isn't a review of the campaign or of the multiplayer. This is simply an impression, and by me saying that this is simply an impression, it's just me to come out here and give you exactly what I think so far. Now, I've been playing this on Heroic. I will be playing this on Legendary before I do patient review. Expect the patient review in about 10 days, so around December 21st, maybe December 23rd, maybe Christmas time, maybe a little bit longer than that, hopefully, you know, if everything goes right. But please give me some time to play through this game. This game is very enjoyable. I'm about 25-30 hours into this game, and I haven't even beaten it already. You guys know me. I like to take my time. I like to find everything, and I like to explore. I've been finding a lot of things that are hidden that for some reason Skill Up and some of the reviewers I seen said there wasn't a lot of exploration, not a lot of stuff to find. I still haven't even found a skull yet. So if that is any indication about how much exploring I'm doing and you still haven't found a skull yet, that's exactly what I think about this game's exploration. I feel like it's very in-depth. It's not crazy. It's not like Cyberpunk. It's not like Skyrim. It's not like any of those games, which I don't know why people were expecting that from Halo. I definitely didn't expect that at all, but I thought the exploration would be a little dry, and to my surprise, it's really not as dry as I thought it was. Now, it would be nice to get some armor parts from the campaign. I'm really disappointed we'd only get like colors and coatings. I mean, that's just embarrassing, right? I don't know why. Even if you beat it on legendary, from everything that I've seen, you don't get any armor from it, and that's just them being stingy. Microsoft is just Microsoft, right? There's nothing surprising about these stingy developers and these stingy publishers just never giving us anything to work with in this gaming industry, and I really don't know why. Don't know why at all. Now, moving on from this topic of, you know, open world and actually exploring the game, which I find very enjoyable, I wanted to make it very clear that the boss fights in this game are a lot of fun. Some of the boss battles, even on, I would guess you would say heroic, are a lot of fun. Sometimes they can be a little easy, but I mean, that's just smooth fingers, right? I just find a way to beat every boss no matter what. I've been doing this for a long time, so I will find a way to either cheese the boss or I will find a way to just beat the boss naturally. But I really enjoy them. I think the AI in this game is really fun as well. I don't think they're terrible. I don't think they're great, but I just think they're really good. I think they get the job done, and it's a lot of fun to play. Again, I haven't played on legendary, so we'll see how legendary goes, but from my experience on heroic, it's a lot of fun. And I think it's enjoyable. I really do. I think even on heroic, you can find a lot of fun in this game if you're not somebody who likes to do legendary and likes to complete things on legendary or beat them on the hardest mode. Personally, I don't like doing stuff like that on Dark Souls. I don't like just dying over and over again just to learn something. I don't feel like you should do that. I definitely think you should die in video games. There's nothing wrong with it. Doing perfect playthroughs should be like rewarding and should be something that's like done once in a lifetime or once, you know, in a blue moon. It should never be something that you expect yourself to do in the first playthrough. And I don't feel like you get that with Halo Infinite. I feel like you die enough to really get you to understand what's going on, but it's not like Dark Souls or Demon Souls where you're just dying over and over again because you pretty much have to die in the video game. Now let's talk about performance in this video game. Let's talk about how the game performs. Let's talk about how it runs. I have to say that this is very polished compared to what we dealt with last year with Cyberpunk 2077 and many video games that we play. I really think this is a very polished video game with the single player, and I think the year-long delay really shows how great and polished this game is. It reminds me a lot of Doom Eternal, even though I had a little bit of problems. Those of you who watch me stream Doom Eternal remember me trying to do patient impressions and patient reviews of Doom Eternal. I had some problems playing the campaign and a little bit of issues trying to get into the campaign and stuff with that game, but it still feels like Doom Eternal in the terms of when you actually get into the game, it's very fluid, it's very smooth. I played this on high settings on the PC with the 2060 RTX, and I had almost no problems dropping below 60 frames per second on pretty much all high settings. I didn't tinker with anything. I just really selected high and went to play, and I think I dropped below 60 frames maybe 2 to 3 times at max, and it was very little, and it really didn't happen for a long time span, and it didn't happen in any major situations at all. I've had no crashes with the campaign, literally none. That is surprising. I was very surprised considering how much crashing there is in multiplayer for some people. Even in multiplayer, I don't get that much crashes, but I disabled HD texture pack in multiplayer and did notice that, you know, that pretty much helped. Maybe you guys should do that. Maybe I should probably give you that recommendation. Just go ahead and go through your settings, whether you're on Steam or whether you're on Xbox, and disable HD texture packs. I'm pretty sure you can find it on YouTube. That's the way I found it. So I pretty much recommend that. I don't know if it's installed for me in campaign. I couldn't tell you. I really don't know, but maybe, just maybe, it'll help you there. Now let's talk about some of the issues that I have with this game. I've been giving it a lot of praise, but now let's talk about some of the criticism that I have already off the rip. One of the big issues that I have with this game just in general is a lack of a weapon wheel. I know some of you guys are going to say, well, it's Halo, you've always had 2 weapons, but I don't think that this game couldn't evolve to really give us more weapon choices. If you guys have played Doom Eternal, you will realize that the weapon choices and the weapon wheel that you have in that game is really useful, and it's really good to see because you need a different variety of weapons to encounter different enemy types. And in Halo Infinite, you see that a lot as well, where you see different enemy types and different variations throughout this game many of times. Sometimes you're fighting an elite that's camouflaged, sometimes you're fighting a grunt, sometimes you're fighting an enemy that's in, let's say, a vehicle. Sometimes you need different weapons for different things, and they're not always immediately available to you, or you just don't have the time to fight it because you're in the middle of a fight with a very powerful boss or a very powerful enemy type that you really need a weapon, or you need things around you to do that. Now, with that being said, it's not a big gripe because there is, you know, fusion coils that you can grab onto. There is a grapple that you can move around. There's different things that you can find at your disposal to really make things easier if you didn't have the weapon wheel. I don't think it hurts it, but I think a weapon wheel or more weapons would have really helped this game tremendously, and I think that could have been something that was really, you know, it could have been pushed. That's just all I'm trying to say. Another thing is I feel like the bosses in this game aren't really too smart. Like, they aren't like Doom Eternal's bosses where they're like really, really smart. They understand exactly the situation they're in. They're really, really good at predicting your movements and predicting what you're going to do. In this game, I just feel like they're really buffed and they have like overpowered, how do I say, they just have overpowered abilities. They jump too far, or they just have this crazy gravity hammer or crazy sword, or they're invisible. I just feel like they're hard, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just feel like they could have been done better, and they could have been used a little bit better in that regard. Also, another thing that I have to say is when you get certain abilities, like you get a radar scanner and then you have a grapple at the same time, I really would have wished they would have gave me the radar scanner or the little sensor beam or whatever you call it, where you shoot on the ground and it shows people's locations. I really wish they would have gave me more time with that instead of just throwing me into it and just making me use it against a boss. I really wish I would have had more time to use it, because there's a button scheme that you have to master, and this is one of the reasons why I really love playing video games on heroic first, or playing them on lower sensitivities, or excuse me, not sensitivities, difficulty settings before I go to the higher difficulty settings, because it really helps me learn the game. If I would have just hopped into legendary and played this, I would never get through anything, because you get certain abilities and certain power-ups really quickly and you don't have time to master them. And in some of these boss battles, you have to absolutely know what you're doing and have a button combination really, really quickly to get that. And I don't really know if that was a good idea, if they should do that, but eventually I ended up mastering it after dying like 60 times to a boss, and that just ends up happening. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much all I'm going to talk about for the campaign. I don't want to spoil anything. I don't want to give you guys anything on the story or talk about my thoughts on the story. I haven't completed the whole story. I enjoy it so far. I think it's cool. I think it's really nice. But in order for me to judge the campaign and say that the story is really good or really bad, I have to play it. Again, this is patient impressions. I'm going to leave the rest of the campaign alone, and you guys can come for the patient review. If you guys are watching this later on, around the time I drop a patient review, the link will be in the description below, or it will be in the comment section, so you can check that out. And if you're watching this as soon as this goes up, or anytime before the review, like I said, be patient, stay tuned to the channel. That will be a very long video. Trust me, if you see my Cyberpunk review, it will be long. This one will be longer than that one. So ladies and gentlemen, the content is coming. Now let's talk about multiplayer. All my thoughts and my opinions on multiplayer. This is going to be a little bit of a long one, ripped to this render session that I'm gonna have to do in this editing. Guys, this multiplayer is very underwhelming for me in the terms of casual. I don't know how you guys, if you are still playing it, how you've been playing casual. I have played almost no casual games at all in this, and the reason that I haven't been playing is because I can't select my own playlist. And not only can I not select my own playlist, I don't like Auto Slayer. I have never liked Auto Slayer. It's not fun. I don't enjoy it. I don't play it in any of the Halos, and the fact that I can't go play regular BR Slayer just for fun annoys me, and I never ever play casually. Big Team Battle is broken right now, apparently, across Reddit. I've been playing just nothing but competitive, scrimming, watching scrims, playing in tournaments, watching tournaments, coaching tournaments. It's pretty much all I've been doing in multiplayer, so I don't really have the time to play BTB. But when I do play BTB, it's really choppy, it's really laggy, and a lot of people are complaining about how broken it is right now. The marketplace, the monetization, if you guys seen a video that I posted a while back, is just absolutely broken. It's disgusting. The fact that we cannot switch our armor coatings. You guys watch me play the MCC if you're familiar with the channel, and how much I enjoyed the customization and the gun skins in that game. The fact that you cannot at all just use or get any new armor coatings, and the customization is worse than a game that is technically old, right? I know the MCC isn't that old, right? It came out pretty recently and they've been updating it pretty recently, but the fact that it's still the MCC, and the Halo Infinite is just worse with customization and almost everything else in regards to the MCC. It's so underwhelming, man, and it's so broken. The fact that the ranked playlist doesn't allow you to come back and join back. I know that the time that this video is coming back up, they'll fix the playlist, but they haven't said anything about ranked join backs or ranked rejoins, and it just ruins ranked a lot. Now, I don't think, and I don't agree with a lot of people saying that, oh, there's only one ranked playlist, and people are pretty upset about that. And I do understand, and I see the frustrations, because Halo has had better ranked playlists and better ranked systems before, but I think that the ranked system isn't crazy bad just yet. Like, actually the overarching things and the surrounding circumstances with the rank system, like the MMR and how you level up and stuff, because I've been playing Valorant and Apex Arenas for a while, so this is just better than those. I mean, if people are complaining about ranked, please go play those and see how long you enjoy playing ranked in those. They're just abysmal, just god awful, and I cannot stand them. But as far as the multiplayer goes, guys, I'm underwhelmed. I really am underwhelmed. I don't know what is going on. The gameplay is fun, it's enjoyable, but to all of those who said, oh, it's a multiplayer beta, just wait for it's out of beta. Guys, they use this all the time for free-to-play games, and no game is a beta if they sell you microtransactions. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I don't have time for it. If you sell me microtransactions or you make me buy to play the game, it's not a beta, no matter what you say. So now, even if I was to give you that, right? Even if I gave you that, it's out of beta now because the full game is out. What happened with the game now? Nah, not a lot. Nothing's really changed. Nothing. Nothing. So our criticisms stand, and it just is just underwhelming. It's like they learned nothing from Halo 5, which is why I didn't play Halo 4 and 5. The only reason that I give this game any type of a pass for multiplayer is that it's free to play. I can be a little bit more patient with it because it's free to play. But I'm telling you, man, we don't see some changes by pretty much February, really, yeah, February. I was going to say by the beginning of the new year, but there is a patch that is coming out tomorrow on the 14th that should be really, really good and help the game at least for a little bit while these guys take a break for the holiday. So I'll be a little bit more patient than I thought I was going to be. And so let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Remember, this is simply my thoughts on Halo Infinite. Everything in here is subjective. I try to be as objective as possible and not put too much of my opinion on this. However, this is my patient impression. This is my YouTube channel. I'm going to give you my opinion no matter what. And if you disagree with me, let me know. You know, the dislike button is being stupid right now, but I will see your comment. Go ahead and comment about it. I do have the little plug-in to see the dislikes just in case, you know, I see it. But if I'm on my phone, I won't immediately see it, obviously, because YouTube is just some shills, just some shills. But again, let me know what you guys think. I appreciate you guys for watching me. Thank you for your patience. Again, I got a little bit sick over the weekend, so this wasn't able to come out as early as I would have liked it. This is not a review. These are not final. This is not final. My patient review will be out, and we will do all the bunch of editing and good stuff that you usually see me do. I can't wait to drop that and can't wait to discuss this with you guys as well. Thank you for watching this video, ladies and gentlemen. Bless up. As always, God bless. Everything competitive surrounding Halo will be on the other channel. So if you were expecting me to talk about competitive, that will be on the other channel sometime this week before HCS. Like I said, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.